Hello, welcome back. So now we will solve another example, and this example is actually a very special case of truss in which we may be required to find out force in member EB of the roof truss. So first of all, I will show you that truss, and in this truss, we are required to find out force in member EB. So technically, if we want to solve this case, we in this case you can see reactions are already provided. So we will first decide how to cut the truss. So if we cut the truss along section BB, in that case, force in member ED, force in member EB, and force in member EF. All three forces are unknown, and it would be very difficult to solve the three equations that will form in this section. So first of all, what we can do is we can cut the truss at some other place to get the value of one of the member, say member ED, EB, and EF. So if we cut the truss along section AA, so in this manner, you can see we are actually cutting four members. And as I discussed in the lecture in the previous part, I have said that we will cut the truss such that only three unknown member will be cut. But here we are going to cut this truss along AA, which is having four unknown member. So that is why I am saying this is a very special case. And generally we don't follow this process in all the case, but this is a very special case. Why? Because if we cut the member, if we cut the truss at section AA, then you can see, and also at the same time we assume that force in member EB as tension, force in member FB as in compression, and force in member AB as tension, and force in member ED as compression. So here you can see if we take moment about point B, then you can see moment due to force FAB, FFB, FEB, they will be 0. And with this equation, we will be able to find out the value of FED. So that is why this is a very special case in which we are first finding the force in member ED, and then we will cut the section BB to find out the force in member EB. Okay, because if we cut the section along AA, we won't be able to find out force in FEB because that will become very ambiguous. Okay, so that is why by cutting section AA, first of all, we will find out force in member ED. And once we find out force in member ED, then we cut the truss again along section BB. And with this, we will find out force in member EF and EB. So EB is our required uh, member in which we are required to find out force. But at the same time, we can find out force in member EF also, because okay, so first of all, we will find out force in member ED by cutting the truss along AA, and free body diagram of the truss, left hand side free body diagram of the truss will be this one. So in this case, also if you see here that if we take moment about point B, now we know that moment due to force EB, FB and AB will be 0, but only moment due to FED will have some magnitude, but for that we need to have a perpendicular distance. So you know FED is an inclined force, and we are supposed to find out its horizontal and vertical component. Now for this we are required to find out perpendicular distance also. So it would be very difficult to find out or perpendicular for distances of the component of this FED, and that is why we will apply a very important principle which is called principle of transmissibility. So now you can see this force is transferred to point C. So what I have done is I have transferred this force at point C by applying principle of transmissibility. Now, what is principle of transmissibility? I will give you some insight of this. Now, for example, if there is a body and if it is subjected to a force P, now the line of action of this force is this one. Now, if I want to replace this force by another force which will be having the same magnitude but at some other place, now that place will be along the line of action. So along the line of action at any point, if I want to replace this force, say if I want to, sorry, if I want to replace this force by this force which will be having the same magnitude but it is at some other place, but at the same time it will be along the same line of action, then we call this principle as principle of transmissibility. So if this body is subjected to force P, we can apply the same force at this point which will be along the same line of action. So that is the principle of transmissibility. So that is what I have done here. The line of action of FED is passing along point C. Okay, so I have replaced this FED at point C by the same force which will be having the same magnitude. So here directly I have provided the horizontal and vertical component of force FED which are acting at point C. Now with this, now I'm able to apply moment at B. Now horizontal component of FED, it will be passing along point B. So it means horizontal component of FED, moment due to this horizontal component will be 0, but moment due to the vertical component of FED will have some magnitude, which is FED sine theta multiplied by 4. So that is the perpendicular distance from point B. Okay, so now we will analyze it. So this is what I have written here to apply the equation of equilibrium. Now, I am using only one of the equation of equilibrium, which is summation of M. In order to determine the moment of FED about point B, we will use the principle of transmissibility and we will slide the force FED at point C, and then we will resolve it into its rectangular component as shown in figure. So this is what I have explained so far. So we have transmitted this force at C using the principle of transmissibility, and now we will apply the equation of equilibrium. So as I said, if we take moment at B, then at this point, then moment due to force FEB, FFB and FAB, all three are unknown and moment due to these force will be 0. So now we are going to find out moment at B due to all the forces. So basically we are having so many forces, this force, this force, this force, this force, and then this force, and this one, and this one. So we will find out moment of all these forces about point B. Now we know moment due to force FEB, FFB, FAB are 0. So that is why I have not written their moment. Now moment due to force, due to this vertical force, which is 4000 Newton. So you can see about point B, it will rotate like this. So 400 multiplied by perpendicular distance, which is 2 plus 2. So it becomes 4000 multiplied by 4 meter, and it is positive because it is creating clockwise moment. Similarly, moment due to this force, it is rotating like this, which is anti-clockwise. So 1000 multiplied by perpendicular distance, which is 4 meter. So this is what I have written here. Similarly, moment due to this force will be 3000. It will be again rotating along point B, and it is 3000 multiplied by 2. So this becomes minus 3000 multiplied by 2. Now moment due to this force will also be zero. Why? Because the line of action of this force is passing along point B, and therefore there is no moment created because of this force. Okay. So now moment due to this horizontal component will also be zero because the line of action of this force is also passing through point B. Now moment due to this force will have some magnitude which is FED sine 30, and it is rotating along point B like this. So FED sine 30 multiplied by 4 meter. So this becomes FED sine 30 multiplied by 4 meter. So with this, we are able to find out force in member ED, and which is 3000 Newton. So we have assumed that in member ED, it will be in compression. And you know now that value is positive, which means our assumption is correct. So now we are able to find out force in member ED. Now we will cut the same truss at section BB. And now we will make the free body diagram of this, which I will be showing you on the next slide. So now we will consider the free body diagram of section BB. We have this one. So there, when we cut the truss at section BB, so you know, member ED is in compression and the value is determined previously. So FED, the direction of FED is towards the joint E. So now unknown members are FEB and FEF. So now we have assumed that member EB will be experiencing tension force and member EF will be experiencing compression force. Okay, so that is what we have assumed. If we get negative value, then our assumption will be incorrect and we have to reverse the direction. Okay, so now using again the equation of equilibrium. So first of all, we will use first equation, which is summation of fx equals to 0. And in this, you can see FEB will not have any horizontal component. So we will consider only this one and this one. So horizontal component of FED will be FED cos 30, which is, sorry, this one, because we know value of FED is 3000. So horizontal component will be having this direction, which is negative. So this becomes minus 3000 cos 30 Newton, and horizontal component of FEF will be FEF cos 30. It is positive. So in this equation, only one unknown is there. So with this, we can find out force in member EF, which is in compression, which means our assumption is correct this time also. Now, finally, we are going to find out force in member EB using the another equation, which is Fy, summation of Fy. So with according to this equation, vertical summation of the forces should be equals to 0. So there are three forces. One is FEB, second is vertical component of EF, and third is vertical component of FED. So now we know the value of FEF, FED, only unknown is this. So vertical component of FEF will be FEF sine 30. Similarly, this one will also be FED sine 30. Now value of FEF and FED both are same, which is 3000 Newton. So that is why I have written here 2 times of 3000 sine 30, because vertical component of FEF and FED both will be same. So that is why I have multiplied this with the 2. Then FEB, I have assumed that it will be in tension. So the direction is downward. So we have taken this as negative. Similarly, there is another external force. The direction of this is downward. So we have taken this as minus 1000 Newton. Now solving this equation, we will be able to find out the value of FEB as 2000 Newton. And 2000 Newton is in tension, which means our assumption is correct because we got FEB as positive. Okay. So this is how we find the force. So this second example, this is basically a very special example, which I tried to explain in this manner. So that is the solution of example 2. Thank you.